Breaking news on KGW News at Sunrise.
We start this hour of Sunrise with breaking news of wildfires forcing level 3 go now evacuation orders near Canby out in Clackamas County.
Yeah, the fire started just after midnight. Now, we don't know the size of the fire yet, but we do know officials saying it is 0% contained right now. So this is a live look from South End Road and South Rocky Bluff Lane. You can see a pretty big response there.
So there are level 3 go now evacuation orders in place from 99E to Reflection Lane. We're going to bring up this map to help with all of this. Then west to milepost 16 on Highway 99E, and then south to South End Road. And as you can also see from this map, there are level 2 and level 1 evacuation orders in place as well in this area. A portion of Highway 99E is closed because of this fire. And
we wanted to let you know, if you need help evacuating, call 503-655-8211. If you're in immediate danger, call 911. The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office says that livestock can be moved to the Washington County Fairgrounds. And of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more about this fire. All right, now let's get to Chris on how this is affecting roads around the area.
And as Drew mentioned again, 99E closed today. It closed this morning because of that fire response between milepost 15.5 and 18.5. Your best bet to get around this closure is to use South Central Point Road. So again, that's just south of Oregon City and the Kenema area down towards New Era on 99E. I want to hop over to Washington County. We've got some trouble, of course, because of the fire that's burning near Cherry Grove. Scoggins Valley Road and Patton Valley Road are closed in the vicinity of that fire. Back to the freeways, guys. We had an earlier fire response on Highway 26 near the zoo. That has cleared. I'm happy to show you that the backup that we had around that has also cleared. The rest of our freeway drive so far, so good. Back to you.
All right, Chris, thank you. But we are also tracking the Lee Falls fire that is burning right now in rural Washington County.
So the community of Cherry Grove, which is home to about 500 people, remains under level 3 go now evacuation orders. We have team coverage for this fire. Rod's going to bring us the latest on air quality. But first, we are going to go out live to Thomas Schultz, who's at the evacuation zone in Gaston this morning. Thomas, what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, well, Drew, I mean, the smoke is pretty prevalent here, and there's road closure signs. We're just a couple minutes from Gaston near Cherry Grove. Let's show you a little bit what that smoke looks like. You can see it kind of settling into the valley, and there's a haze all throughout this community. We started smelling it as we were driving out here 20 minutes away from this area, so it's pretty prevalent. It's pretty thick, and it's something that firefighters have been fighting since yesterday. As of right now, this fire is about 200 acres, still 0% contained, and of course, that Cherry Grove community was evacuated. That's about 500 homes out there. Those people have been sent either to Gaston or to the Washington County Fairgrounds, where some were even pulling trailers of horses or animals to safety. Some people said that they were spending the night in those fairgrounds, and whether that was in a camper or a tent, that's what their plan was. And of course, whenever there's a fire like this and leading to evacuations, that's led to a lot of anxiety and stress among neighbors and community members in this area. Let's show you what one woman told us yesterday.
When we left, I could see the flames above the trees. The ashes were coming down. My skin was super hot. It was hard to breathe. We were just trying to gather up all of the animals that we could, as I'm sure people can hear them all over, get them in the cars, load it up, and just take off with what we had.
Yeah, clearly a lot of angst there from that woman, and she told us that she was going to be spending the night in the Washington County Fairgrounds along with her neighbors. They were going to be camping side by side as they, along with others here in Cherry Grove, continue to just wait this fire out and see what happens today. Of course, you saw the smoke behind us here in Cherry Grove. Rod, how is it looking across our area?
Well, the air quality numbers probably don't tell the isolated story of how bad it is in locations next to these fires. So from Oregon DEQ, it's a mix of good, which is green, and yellow, which is moderate air quality in our region. We do have an air quality advisory continuing today for much of southwestern Washington. This does not include you folks in Vancouver, but I challenge you to draw a line as to where it's not bad and where it is bad. So all of that up in southwest Washington is because of the fire still burning up around Mount Adams. Here's that fire where Thomas Schultz is just reporting live, and this is near the Washington-Yamhill County line. And our weather smoke model basically takes the smoke from this fire and moves it mainly to the south into Yamhill County down toward McMinnville during the day. This will be another hazy, hot afternoon, but not as hot as yesterday. Yesterday, we had several fires sparked, and the weather correlation had to be the fact that it was 96 degrees outside. The hotter it gets, the more intense and brittle, of course, the ground coverage becomes. 65 now, 77 to noon, not 96 today, but still up to about 90 degrees in your forecast.
All right, we'll have more from Rod here in about 5 minutes with his full forecast. Right now, though, back to some local headlines. Starting with this, police say 2 teenagers, a 14-year-old and a 17-year-old, were shot in southeast Portland earlier this week. Officers say they responded to gunshots near 122nd and Harold just before midnight on Wednesday. They wound up chasing a 19-year-old suspect, eventually finding and arresting him with help from a drone. The 2 teens who were shot were taken to the hospital. Both of them are expected to survive.
Right now, Oregon is dealing with the largest measles outbreak since 2019. At least 25 people in Marion, Clackamas, and Multnomah counties have contracted it over the last 2 months. Health experts say vaccinations are key to preventing measles, but nearly 9% of kindergartners aren't vaccinated in Oregon. OHA is hosting free clinics, though. The next one is at the Gladstone Health Center in Clackamas County from 10 a.m. to 1 today.
Starting next Friday through Labor Day, the Kaiser Police Department is stepping up its traffic safety patrols as part of the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. In 2022, there were more than 13,000 traffic fatalities in the U.S. where at least one driver had been drinking.
Piedmont is partnering with Lyft and Lime to bring thousands more e-scooters to the Rose City. Some of the new scooters will have seats, making them more accessible to riders who may not be comfortable on a traditional scooter. Piedmont first piloted e-scooters back in 2018.